Now I'm going to talk a little bit about shot shaping. Now, a shot shape is how the ball curves in the sky. If you want a golf ball to go more like what's called a hook, where it goes really left, like 20 yards, 10 yards, it's like called a hook. Or if you want it to be a draw, so it only moves like a couple yards, like 4 or 5 yards to the left. Then you have what's called a cut, which is where it goes a little bit to the right. This is reversed if you're left-handed, but if you have a cut which goes a little right, and then you have a slice which goes really hard right, about 10 yards. So these are all different types of shot shapes, along with the trajectory, which is separate, which is how high the ball goes from the ground. So here's an example. If you want the ball to go really far to the left, some things you can do with your stance is you can start with your left foot about 2 to 3 inches in front of your right, and it'll close you off to the, you'll have a closed shoulder, closed hips, and closed hips and feet. So if your target's this way, you're gonna set up more left of it. And another thing you're gonna do is you're going to take the club more inside the swing plane, and you're gonna turn it over. Like if you see it, you're gonna turn it over to the left. So it's gonna be turning like this. And you wanna be careful of double crossing. But I go here, right, I take it a little inside, and there's this sort of shape, this club face path that I take it down. And that'll create a hook where the shot will go really hard to the left. Now I'm gonna hit what's called just a small draw. It's called a draw, where it just goes to the left a little bit. So instead of it being like 3 inches, you just make it less, just a little bit in front of your left toe. And then you also close your shoulder a little bit, close your hips. And the same concept applies when you're coming in. It's just a less. So a hook would be more like this. A draw would be less with your club face. So there's a couple. All right, now I'm going to get into hitting a straight shot. Now, if you want the ball to go as straight as possible, what you want to do, first of all, you want to have a great club fitting to have the clubs match your height, your arm length, and everything else. But once that's taken care of, you want to be set up square. So your feet are square, your shoulders are square, your hips are square to your intended target, and your club face is lined up toward the target. Now there might be wind and other factors that might move the ball, but this is how you hit a generally straight shot. So here we go. Here's your back. So that's how you hit the ball really straight toward your intended target. Now, another thing you can do is you can play what's called a cut, which is where the ball moves a little bit to the right in the sky. So here we go with our cut shot. Now again, I'm lined up, but on this case, I want to explain how your grip can play a role. The stronger your grip is, the more the club will turn over. So a strong grip will oftentimes have more of a shot shape that goes to the left, and a weaker grip where your hand's more over, it might go more to the right because of how your hands will affect an impact. That's your grip. But let me talk more focused about the cut. So again, same concept. I'm lined up, but instead, this right foot is just a little bit in front of the left foot as I'm lined up toward my intended target. And instead, I actually like to open my club face a little bit at impact. You can also close it as you're at your setup. So a little closed versus a little open. I have my feet, my hips are a little more open. My shoulders are open, so they're left of the target. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it a little more outside. Instead of on the swing plane, I'm gonna take it a little more outside. So here we go. And there's your soft cut. It's gonna be about 3 to 5 yards from left to right. Or less. You can make it go less. A cut just falls to the right. Now here's a slice. This is where it goes really hard to the right. So again, here you want to have more. This is like 3 inches now with your right toe in front. You got your hips, shoulders, and feet. Your feet, hips, and shoulders are lined up even more to the left of your target. You can keep your club face square to the target or maybe a little open. Again, even more outside now. get your shot to go really far to the right. Thank you.